So, good morning, everybody, and welcome. So, yeah, basically, I can't sleep. It's still night. It's like 6 in the morning, and I still have to send this message that I've been thinking all my life and for a long time. So, worry about the quality, the bad quality of this transmission because my sound guy is not really here. My movie guy is not here. I don't have a stylist. My hair could be better, but basically, I'm going to see if we can get a little bit more light here. That would be nice. Anyway, let's stick to the message. And it's not about the quality that we are in. See, this is even worse. So forget about that. It's not going to work. Anyway, I have a special message today, a very important message to all the generators out there that think they can do the work of human design. Because basically they can't. They're not here to do that. And basically they're here to love themselves, to be full of themselves, to be very, really bringing something to the world what they make and create and build. That is their thing. Building and creating and doing things and being full of yourself, doing that thing that you really like to do, and not here to look into somebody else and be busy with that. The generator is here to love themselves. So, not here to guide somebody else or think that they need to be helping somebody else because that's not what they're here to do. They're not built like that. And at a certain level, they can get away with it and they can do human design. Of course, it's different if Ra, the founder of human design, and the teacher comes up to you and says, "Hey, would you like to study human design with me?" And then the generator responds. And I don't talk about any generator that has been taught by Ra because that's a different story. He was the master, he was the teacher, he had people around him. Not only that, he needed to fulfill his mission. And he had to bring his website, he had to make his movies, he had to do other things. So, he really needed that team around him to support him. And I know that there were many people way back that really, yeah, just supported him financially to help him, and basically they didn't really needed that human design. They even knew that, and they were like, yeah, well, the guy just needed the money, and he was just teaching, 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 morning to afternoon, nonstop, all day long. He was just talking like a channel. And these people supported him in the beginning, which is perfect and it's great. But what I see now in the last 2 years, especially during the lockdown, is that everybody finds human design. Everybody all of a sudden say, oh, what I'm going to do with my life, what I'm supposed to be doing. So this is something that developed itself during the lockdown, which is great. And I'm, as a human design student, been very successful all around the world, helping a lot of people. And I've never been this busy in my life. And the way that I'm talking to people now, it's like 24 hours nonstop, with manifestors, with reflectors, with generators, with projectors, with everybody. So there is a huge interest and a growth in human design. And a lot of generators, of course, they meet human design. They're like, oh, that's great. Okay, I can make some money with this. And let's get some books and let's do this. And let's start a website and let's be a teacher. Let's be an analyst. It's all great. It's all nice. But in the end, the people don't really get the right teaching. They don't really get helped, because the thing about doing human design is that you cannot learn to do this. You're built for it. And this is something they need to realize, especially the generators. The ones that are built to do this work are the projectors. They are really here to do this, or the reflectors, or the manifestors, but manifestors, yeah, they're not so much in it. I don't know many reflectors that really love to do human design except me. So maybe Dirk or maybe Nisark and a couple of other people. That overall, there's not really that many people that really, like to do it. It's really a projector thing. And actually, what it really is the open sacral thing. So it comes from the open sacral. And this is the whole work of human design. A generator has a defined sacral, they have a life force, and the open sacral sits in front of it and starts reading that. And in the end, it's all about the right question. A generator just needs one right question, one good question in order for them to get to their passion, to their satisfaction, to their mission, to the thing they really want. So it's all about this question, and this question that comes from the open sacral. And this open sacral, this is something we have no control over, and that's the magic of human design. That open sacral analyzes that sacral center, and it goes like, okay, what about this, what about this, all of a sudden it comes out of the body of us, of a reflector or of a manifestor or a projector, and they come with this question: wouldn't you like to do this with your life, or wouldn't you like to put your whole mission into that direction? And this is the kind of thing that yeah, is magic. We have no control over that. We have no control over that sacral. So this is the whole magic about human design, and this is something that we have. And of course, that sacral needs to be well rested. It needs to sleep alone. If it's not sleeping alone, it's dysfunctional. But this is the whole work of human design. So I never got that. I never understood that. And in the beginning, I was really mad about it. I'm like, why you teach all these generators? It's for projectors, it's for reflectors, and they don't have money. Nobody had money in the beginning, 20 years ago. There was no information about human design. There was nothing out there on the web and nothing. So, a huge frustration for all the reflectors and projectors not being able to have access to the knowledge which they do have now. And I'm inviting most reflectors and projectors to come to me, because I've been coaching you, and we all need to work together. That's the whole thing about human design. And there's so much fighting going on, and whatever's going on. And I can talk about generators getting sick. I can talk about generators dying, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to mention any names or whatsoever. But I know this out of my work in the last 20 years. And I don't know any generator that is really satisfied or healthy. And I'm talking about being successful as being healthy, and not having lots of clients and a big website and lots of students. But anyway, everybody has their own teacher. So some people need a generator teacher to meet human design or whatever it is. But it's a sad story to see. And of course, we are 35 years into the knowledge right now. Ra channeled it in 1987, and for 35 years generators have been thinking they can do this work and do all that. But the real process of the generator is to get out of his mind, not to put a system into their mind, thinking that they need to know all this system first. In the end, it's all about responding. And this is always the story. In the end, they always come back and say, oh, I needed was response. Yeah, you wasted all this time. The key is to get out of your mind into your body. And anything and any therapy and anything you can do in order to get out of your mind, this will bring you back into your body. But it's not studying a system or thinking you can study a system. And most generators, they love that, and they love to be wise, and they love to play guru, and they love to do that. Yeah, it's all great, but in the end, nobody really gets helped. And the real story that I want to talk to you about is that, of course, now there's a lot of projectors out there without work, and all the generators are doing the work now. So this is really sad to see, because they're my friends, and I'm supposed to work with them, and we are working with them. And this is a call to all these generators to say, hey, get out of human design. You're not here to do this work. It's not for you. It's a projector work. And what I see right now is that all these projectors are starving. They've been projector for 5 or 10 years, deep into their process, and they just don't have any work anymore, because the hyped up generators are taking away the business and the energy. And basically, telling some story about I don't know what, but it's not something that is magical that comes out of the sacral. And that's the magic of all of human design, is that we have this open sacral to come up with something that we have no control over. Do you understand that, Mr. Generator and Mrs. Generator? We do something that is so magical that we don't know. That's the magic of human design. Flop, there it is. Wouldn't you like to do this with your energy? Or wouldn't you like to do that with your energy? So this is something that you guys need to realize from now on. And if you're an analyst or a teacher, or you know anybody who's a teacher in human design, tell them this story, that it's dangerous. That I know many people that died with this, lost their arms, lost their legs, have cancer. And there's a lot of generators out there suffering, especially emotional generators. It's really not for you to do this work. It's really here for the open sacral to do this. So tell this to all your generator friends that think they should be a human design analyst, or should be it. Ask them, are you really happy doing this work? Do you get any satisfaction from this? and then see if they have an honest answer for you. It can be very interesting to see what they come up with.